war plans, this is the equivalent. Let's say we're planning the bin Laden raid. The concept of operation, the war plan would be we're using SEAL Team 6,
Yep.
2 helicopters, and an overhead drone to monitor.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of operations, President, is XYZ. The tactical issues are what we're talking about here. In Air Force Navy lingo, it's called the Air Tasking Order.
Okay.
How you organize the minuet of Tomahawks and aircraft so they're deconflicted in the air. So this is the execution part.
Mm-hmm.
Splitting hairs, you could say in colloquial it's a war plan,
Sure.
but it's really the attack plan
Okay.
or the air tasking order that they laid out. And I had a top former CENTCOM official tell me a little while ago that these are at the secret level.
They are.
And Jeffrey Goldberg made the point, this was 30 minutes before the attack commenced.
That's right.
So if the Houthis had some intelligence, high-level eavesdropping capability to pick up on signal, they could have been alerted.
These airmen could have been in big trouble.
But they don't. So
yeah, they don't. Okay. Well, so here we are. We're talking about Michael Waltz, but it was in fact Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, who you cover every day, who texted at 11:44 a.m. Eastern Time, posted in the chat in all caps, "Team update." Text begins, "Time now. 11:44. Weather is favorable. Just confirmed with CENTCOM. We are a go for mission launch." It continues, 12:15. F-18s launch. First strike package. It continues at 13:45. Trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is at his known location, so should be on time. Also, strike drones launch. MQ-9s. What are we talking about here?
Well, we're talking about MQ-9s picking up real-time imagery, beaming it back to the Truman Battle Group and maybe CENTCOM and some command and control nodes there, and actually, queuing the aircraft in. The Tomahawks they fired were called they're tactical Tomahawks. They're the lightest models. They can loiter and be retargeted. So this is a real impressive minuet and the importance of the drone.
Yeah.
So one of the sources and methods that they disclosed in this, when Waltz says the first target, their top missile guy, we had positive ID of him walking into his girlfriend's building, and now that's collapsed. Well, that's the sources and methods. That's the MQ-9 actually seeing and beaming back.
Wow.
And commanding and linkages that are actually the taxpayers should be happy actually worked, if not maybe disclosed this way.
Well, an impressive minuet, I believe Tony Capaccio just said.
And it's not even a Twyla twerp ballet.
We go on. VP building collapsed. This is Waltz now. Had multiple positive ID. 6 minutes later, the vice president confused, messaging what? Waltz responds, this is incredible stuff. Typing too fast. The first target, their top missile guy, we had positive ID of him walking into his girlfriend's building, and it's now collapsed, unquote. We had a hearing today, House Intelligence, second day, Tulsi Gabbard, CIA Director Ratcliffe, Kash Patel from the FBI. Democrat lawmakers show up with these texts printed out, big easels set up. It's hard to deny that we had sensitive information here. You heard from a former CENTCOM official say that this is classified.
This was at the secret level. It would have been downgraded as the attack after the attack proceeded, but this was before. So I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to argue that this was not classified information, and it was a plan of attack versus a strategic war plan.